Hey guys, Adam here. Nathan from Wild Reaches was looking for a pretty serious power upgrade to his 79 series. So he dropped into the Solar and Sat workshop and we had a full detailed discussion about what he wanted in the system.
Do you only use, obviously, 3?
I use 3, yeah.
So if you use 3...
And the air pump can go.
Okay, so those 3 will be there. And then we can have, realistically, yeah, if you want a PowerPoint there, and then probably a separate USB-C.
What he needed.
We're going to be putting it as much solar as we can fit, sort of thing.
Yeah.
So you'll get at least a 200 then, but probably, what are you thinking, 260? 2 of our 130s?
Yeah.
What worked for him, what didn't.
And you're happy with them just coming straight down?
That's the fun part, is just getting it, all the little bits and pieces where you use every day, like making it real comfortable.
Yeah, we'll see what we can do, give you as much storage as possible. Yeah, if you want me to mount that, we can.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Once we come up with a plan, the first job was to strip out the old system and start from scratch. Assembling a fully custom system using quality Victron and Shervey Power products, and then pass it back up into here and then it goes. Let's take a look at the finished job. We'll start with the lights that we've put on the doors. We've done some custom clip-on 900mm strip lights, all adjustable amber white colour, dimmable straight on the light. Also made them so if he's cooking out here or he's cooking out the other side, he can adjust it so he can bring the light out further, or he can actually turn it back in, get him out of the road and face it back towards the canopy. We've also installed a charging system here for him. We've put 4 standard USBs and 2 USB-Cs, high output, plus obviously his door light on this side as well, and a 10 amp GPO. Tucked over in behind the fridge there, we've made a little compartment for the 300 amp hour Shervey lithium battery. That's where all the storage is. Over here, we've put the Victron Multiplus 2 12-3000. That there runs to 3 GPOs around the canopy, and that allows for him to cook or charge off a 240 volt. Up in here, we've installed his existing Sherpa box air. As per Nathan's request, he didn't want it in the box anymore, so I've pulled it out of that. I've installed it up here, put the power switch on the other side, and we've plumbed it straight into his air compressor fittings each side so he can inflate his tyres whenever he wants to both sides of the canopy. We've also installed the fuse block here. That fuses all the system. The 100-20 solar regulator by Victron does the 260 watts of solar up on his rooftop tent. And then he's got his main fuse block, which goes to the distribution panel on the other side. Buck boost by Victron, 50 amp. It runs at full capacity with the alternator, so that's good. Then you've got some RCBO. So we'll take a look around the other side and see what else we've done. On the rooftop tent here, we've installed the new Shervey canopy lights. These are a new product on the market. They face straight outwards, plus they also face down, also white and amber, and you can switch them individually. Great new little product coming to the market. On the passenger side, we've mounted the Touch 70 to screen by Victron and his switch panel. Here we've installed the RCBO's overall protection of the 240 volt appliances from the Multiplus. We've installed the Anderson plug here for the 12 volt oven and switched it using the digital switch panel up here. He can use other products off the Anderson plug as well. The feed in, which is this cable here, he pulls it out when he wants to charge it. The GPOs are also protected by 20 amp RCBO, which goes to all 3 GPOs around the canopy. So we've installed 2 lots of double GPOs here, so he can use his induction cooker, kettles, or whatever else he needs to do. He does all his cooking from here, so that'll be great for him. We've installed a USB-C over here. That can charge his phones as requested. And then up here you've got your 8-way switch panel. So you just got your rooftop tent power there. Driver switch panel, which does his charging bay over there with all these USBs. Passenger door light, which is this one right here. 12 volt oven, which is your Anderson plug down next to the GPOs. You got your rear white lights, your rear amber lights. Water pump, which is located in the bottom toolbox here, and the interior lights, which is your 2 300mm LED strip lights up in there. Also on this door here, we've installed another one of the clip-on LED strip lights up in there. He can bring it out here while he's cooking. Obviously his kitchen comes right out to about here, so all he's got to do is turn that out here, Either dim that right off, turn the amber, or just brighten the white up, and that'll give him a nice place to cook. All right, so powering this whole setup is the 300 amp hour Shervey battery, made right here in Bundaberg, Queensland. It's paired up well with the Victron products as well as the rest of the Shervey Power products range. Victron Multiplus 2 3000, Turbo GX with a Touch 70, Sherpa Box Air, distribution pedal, buck boost 50, plenty of power for what he needs. All right, that's another quality build coming out of the Solar and Sat workshop. Pretty full on this install. Nathan from Wild Reaches should love it. Hey mate.
Nathan, how are you, mate?
Good, how are you?
Yeah, very well, thank you. Keen to see you.
I'm so keen. We ready?
Yeah, let's have a look, eh? Come straight through.
Here we go. Wow. This is unreal.
Yeah,
That is amazing. Oh, and Wild Reaches is on there. No way. It's so impressive. So that's a switchboard.
Yep, so you'll see all the lights and stuff. So there's our light up here.
So you can turn it off and on up here and from
Yep.
here.
So he's labelled all these. So you can isolate your rooftop tent.
Yep.
You can obviously isolate your passenger door side, your rear lights on the back. Obviously there's your water pump.
Yep.
That's your air compressor.
Yep. So the air compressors. Oh, no way.
Yeah, he said you asked him to mount that.
Done a bloody good job. Wow. It's so impressive. That's amazing, mate. Absolutely amazing. Thank you so much. I was blown away. It took me like, I don't know, 20 seconds to actually, I was like, holy shit, there's my logo there.
You like this idea, mate? Too?
I love it. That's a great idea because it's right here when I'm cooking, and then if we're going to sit out here under the stars, you can get that bit of light. Yeah. You've done a good job. I love this. I think that's great. And what's on and off? Can that just turn everything?
That turns everything off and it remembers
Press
it.
it? You sure?
Yep.
What do you mean it remembers it?
It remembers it. So turn it off.
Oh, I see.
Now turn it back on. It'll remember the last things you had turned off.
Okay. So that's the quickest way just to
But
go to bed, shut it all
What
off.
I've also done is I hardwired your fridge. I put the
That was my
fuse
next
down in there
question. Yeah.
because I hardwired it because I'm like, if you turn that off accidentally,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go away for 2 days, come back.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
There's more cool stuff around the other side though, so.
Wow.
Your other switch panel here, so you asked for some USBs.
Yep.
You got 6 USB-A's, so they're your standard 2.1 amp 5 volt outputs.
Yep.
And then we've got fast charging, so 65 watts each, so that'll charge a laptop or fast charge a phone or anything like that, power bank. 18 watt USB-A's as well, so you should be able to charge everything off that.
Okay. That's
That's your door light, so that guy just there.
Yep.
Big 3 kVA inverter. We know where you take this and how you travel along, so we didn't muck around with mounting this board in either, obviously.
Yeah. That looks amazing. So neat.
And you kept hinting that you really wanted our bigger battery in there.
I did, didn't I?
And we sort of knew it wouldn't really fit under the floor as it was. So as you can see, Adam's made a deck. Yeah. So it did almost. We had to run cables under it and whatnot, so he's built spaces under it and then lifted up through the floor there. And that big empty spot up there, Adam said you wanted a spice rack.
Yes. Yes, I've still got room up there. So this side's still full charge station, obviously for GoPros, drones, all the laptops.
That's exactly it. There's the power point you said you wanted. Wasn't actually much sacrifice at all by the time it all went in. It ended up fairly compact.
I'm amazed. I'm absolutely amazed. I've gained room with a bigger and better system. That's crazy. I was expecting to get here and that sort of part to be all pulled apart still and unfinished, and it's just like, it's perfect. It's the way I would have done it.
So we end up going, we were talking about 30, but we end up going the 50 amp buck boost.
Yep.
Your alternator handles it like a dream. We checked it when you were running and you still had a solid 14, just over 14 volts at the front, even under full load. So it smashes it in. It's putting 51 amps when we were checking it. So by the time you're in the sun and your alternator's running, you can be charging at 70 amps an hour.
That's what I need for this trip. More people, I need more power, and I need power coming in faster and more efficiently. And
This'll do the job.
I love it, mate. I'm absolutely blown away.
Don't you love those pure black solar panels? When you're running and your DC-DC's charging, your solar's also putting in power at the same time. So you're not cutting one off to run the other. You've got 20 amps off the solar, 50 amps off the car combined.
And tell us a bit more about the battery. We haven't got to that yet, but...
Yes, so obviously we've got a much larger battery in there. We've got a 300 amp hour in there. And obviously the 2 key reasons we need to do that, charging it as quick as we are, between the 50 amps off the car, 20 amps off the solar, 120 amps off the charger, That's 190 amps of charge. So you needed a battery that could cop that. Obviously it's got high temperature cutout, low temperature cutout, keep it nice and safe, especially when we're running it as hard as we are. And of course, if you want to run the 3000 watt inverter, you needed a battery that could give you 250 amps in one hit. And that 300, that Shervey 300 will certainly do that.
Well, that's why I've come to you guys, because you specialise in this stuff, and it's inspiring to see the workshop, see what you guys are capable of, and how like proud you are of it and excited. And
Thank you very much.
it's good stuff. I love it. Well, thank you, mate. Thank you for doing my ute for me. Can't wait to get it out there and test it all out.
Yeah, give it a red hot crack.
I will.
Perfect.
And I'll let you know how it goes.
Awesome. Thanks for coming by.
You're welcome.